Street Journal online.
Oh, the wall. I found the article.
Oh, hey guys. Unless I'm really getting talked to, I probably won't talk much during this, and I'll probably just watch The Office. You can hear it and listen to it in the background while I doodle. If you do happen to come, I will chat if you want. But I'm mostly just chilling until I have to go and pick up Brownie.
It is rumored that they will recommend declaring bankruptcy.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Music Dreamer! I'm so happy to see you. I feel like I haven't interacted with you much recently, and, you know, I love ya. Hey, YOLO girl. I'm so happy that you're here. And, hey, it's Lun, right? Like, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it? That's what Brownie said, at least. Hey, Lun. Happy you're here.
Well, maybe you should spy on him. Oh my god, wouldn't that be hilarious?
I'll just have a playback.
Okay, good. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Bye. He's busy. Call me back when he's free.
Oh, don't even apologize, Dreamer. Don't. Everyone gets busy. Everyone gets absorbed with their own stuff, and that's what they do. Oh, YOLO girl, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. It's relatively late where I am. Sorry, I've been sick, so my throat's all feathery. You know what I mean? But if you need to, go ahead and go to bed. No pressure. Hi, Jake, and I am really happy that you made it, Dreamer. Because I love ya. And whatever you're doing, I hope you're happy. Whether you're interacting with me or not, I don't care. I just hope that whatever you're doing, you're happy. Relatable. Have you been tired tonight yet, Jake? Or are you just to the point where you're beyond being tired? Hey, truly minded potato. Welcome to my doodle stream. Because I've been wanting to do this for a while, but, you know, school gets in the way of things. In Canada. I don't live in Canada. Canada seems nice, though. It seems at least really pretty there. Which I really love nature. Even though I suck at leaving my house. Hi, Crystal. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just doodling. No one's really given a suggestion or anything, so I'm messing around mostly. Just chilling. I didn't know where I was going with the face for this.
As of now, there is no differentiation between the letter O and the 0. We are working on that. Stay tuned for that.
He needs me. Seed save infinity.
Okay, great. Also, what?
Oh my god.
What is it? Is there news?
There has been a murder.
What?
Oh, sure.
Murder.
Let me finish up this one, and I'll get to work on a Darkiplier.
Games have power to distract people from stressful situations. Battleship
Alright, I totally get charging your phone. See you later, YOLO girl.
i.e. my operation. I don't think I would have been able to endure my breakup with Holly had it not been for Toss Across.
Bells, bourbon, and bullets. A murder mystery dinner party game.
It is so much fun. Everybody plays a character. We go around the room. We try to figure out who did it. Hey, this is a terrible idea. This is my call, Jim. Big picture stuff. It's about murder. I thought we agreed that we wouldn't do things like this. Tube City. You owe me one.
Co-managing is a give and take. You have to pick your battles. One of the battles that I picked was to stop Michael from running plastic tubes all over the office and placing hamsters inside of them. He was going to call it Tube City. So, yes, I do owe him one.
Oh, this actually is a character from Way to Go, Paul. This is Eldon. All the main characters are males, which I feel kind of like I have mixed feelings about, but it's because they're all roommates. I've heard of Life is Strange, and I've always meant to watch a Let's Play for it, and I almost watched Jacksepticeye's Let's Play, but I've never gotten around to it. And that's very sweet of you to say, Jake. You're very kind.
Same with Cloud and baby carrots. Okay, here are your character cards. Take one, pass it down. Here is your prop box. Some of your characters will have props. Now, on your character card, it tells you who you are and what your alibi is. Everything else is up to your imagination. So, if you talk slowly in real life, your character could say, have been kicked in the head by a horse.
I'll try.
Okay? Use your imagination.
Naughty Nelly Nutmeg, a vivacious young socialite with a penchant for scandal.
It's off there. Nathaniel Nutmeg, the local bartender, and his mother.
Michael, I don't like this game. It's scary.
It's not scary.
I don't like your character. Who are you? Voodoo Mama Juju, the witch doctor of the Spanish swamps. I'm not comfortable with this.
Why did I? I mean, if I have to play Caleb the Crawdad, handsome playboy,
Here, this is a very badly drawn Darkiplier, but you know what?
being Google, and
We're just sketching around here, so.
spoon, make it feel beautiful. Well.
I've been binging The Office like crazy for like no reason. I've been getting kind of bored. Not because I've been kind of in like, you know, the YouTuber scene, obviously. But,
I agree with Claire, and say something.
not doing a ton of like other fandom-y stuff, and so I didn't know what to like watch in my meantime, and so I chose The Office.
My name is Deborah Utah. Deb for short.
That's clever.
Oh yeah, thanks. I've drawn him so much recently that I pretty much have him set in stone for the most part, or a good idea of what he looks like. I'm glad you like it.
You got this kind of like Florida Panhandle.
Way to Go Paul is a story I am working on in collaboration with Brownie Fox. The plan is that I'll in depth plot out everything kind of like down to the chapter. Then she'll write the first draft. I'll like go through and edit the first draft, and then we'll figure out the rest of the drafts together. She hasn't written anything for it yet, and I really am hesitant to ask her to like actually like be like, hey, can you do this? Because I want it to be something fun that we do together. We sorry. We both really like to write and have always wanted to write a book. So I figured maybe if we tried to work on something together, we'd actually get through to it. So I've done a lot of the world building. We did a pretty good amount of the world building together. I made most of the main characters and side characters. And then I did some big picture plot things. Hey, senpai. Some different world building things like I said, lots of the plotting. Basically, I just did lots of plotting, and then worked out it chapter by chapter, and gave her that, and we kind of okayed it. There are some parts of it the idea is that right now it's going to be 3 books, but I don't know if I like that format anymore. The more I think about the plot and everything all the development that I really want to have happen, the more I want to expand on it. Ooh, interesting. Town of Misfortune. Way to Go Paul isn't actually the name of the story. It's just the placeholder name for now, because it's there's a Vine where the guy says Way to Go Paul in it, and so we decided to call it that because it doesn't have a name yet. There's not even a character named Sorry. There isn't even a character named Paul in it. It's just kind of for funsies. I've seen Camp, and I've been meaning to watch it. I watched the first episode, but I haven't really watched it. Whew. Sorry, I did just get back from work like an hour ago, I guess, but like to me it feels like I just got back from work. Thank you. That's really nice of you, Crystal. I hope I hope it ends up going well. I really would like to actually finish a story. I'll have to think about looking into it more seriously, Senpai. And I hope there's angst. Nothing's good if it doesn't have a good, healthy dose of angst in it, you know? Ooh, that would be interesting. Oh, Destiny. Yep, I'm just sitting here coughing myself to death and drying. Ugh. Yeah. I love Supernaturalist, but I really do feel like I need to take a break from it. Take a break from the characters so I can let them develop and kind of come back and re-look at the plot. I don't have the plot nearly as figured out as Way to Go Paul's because I haven't ever... It's my first time ever really... It's the first time I've ever really plotted anything. So, but I really do love them, and I love the characters to death. They're some of my oldest OCs that I have, and I'd really love to do the story sometime. I'm really glad you like it, Senpai. I can't tell you how much it means to me to know that somebody loves my little Supernaturalist babies. Why I read Against All Odds? I mean, if you mean that Against All Odds totally was what inspired me to do a collaboration with Brownie, then yeah. And dang, Against All Odds has been getting so good recently. I'm like dying. And there are so many animatics I want to do, but A, I've been having a hard time drawing animatics for some reason. And B, I feel like I don't have the ability to do them, but I really want to. Angst and Fluff is so the best. I actually don't have any brownies right now. I did eat a salad because I'm trying to be healthy, even though it was a salad with chicken in it, so really not being healthy at all. But you know what? That's okay. I do have an Instagram. My Instagram is the only thing that doesn't really follow... Well, I guess my YouTube doesn't. My Instagram is... Here, let me write this somewhere. It'll be easier to see. That's my Instagram. I pretty much post the same things on there as I do on Tumblr. Sometimes I'm more likely to post pictures of people and of myself on Instagram, though. Yeah, I know, but I'd really love to. Definitely, like I said, if you guys have watched my Masterpiece Theater one, I really do want to do Masterpiece Theater, but I'd rather do that when I'm able to do digital art, so I can do things like keep the backgrounds and that kind of stuff, which you can't do in traditional unless you're willing to just erase a ton. I'm sorry. But I really want to do some of them, like when I told you about Devil's Backbone. Oh, I think it could be so cool. Oh, hey, you just started at 9 p.m. You just started following me. Cool. I don't know what Revel Mode is, but I tentatively agree with you, while also declaring innocence on if this is something that I should have an actual opinion on. And like I struggle, one of the reasons I struggle with Supernaturalist is, again, you should totally make one and you should totally tell me so I can see it when you're done. Which I've said before and no one's ever told me, so either no one's ever done it or they just don't tell me, which I think it would be great if more people made animatics. I think they're cool. You did? I'm so glad you liked it, Potato. Devil's Back. I was just like, I was listening to it. I've been obsessed with the song, and I was listening to it, and I was like, suddenly like, duh, I know what I can match this up with. Supernaturalist is another story I have, different from Way to Go, Paul. Full of OCs that I've had for a long time. Probably for 5-ish years now. The general idea is it's a story where there's a genetic mutation that occurs in people where... Hi, Kayla Arto. I'll call you Arto. Thank you. You're very kind. I love you very much. Thank you for saying that. But Supernaturalist is a story idea I have where basically people have a genetic mutation that means that is only triggered when the soul attempts to leave the body, basically when you're about to die. And what it does is it increases cell production like super fast. So basically, hi Lily, welcome to the stream. So basically, if you would, in theory, live, if you had enough time, you would not die from that thing. For instance, if you, anything that's like blood loss or that kind of thing, you wouldn't die from. You get, for instance, in Briar's case, who is who I'm drawing right now, and my son, if you were to get like shot in the heart, I feel like in theory, if you had enough time to let that heal, then you would not actually die. So, because of that growth, you won't die. I totally am going to listen to that song now, Senpai. If you make it, totally tell me. But basically, and so these people are thought, and so you would live and you get super abilities or whatever because of it, because the mutation happened from, like, basically radiation from elementals, which are all dead, blah, blah, blah. There's lots of backstory. But anyway, basically the people, because they basically come back from the dead, are thought to be evil and awful, and because of that, they actually create an imbalance in the world and cause lots of, like, disasters. So they all go to there are different safe communities for them and stuff. Oh, thank you. And I'm glad you like my ideas, Destiny. And so the story pretty much just revolves around Briar, and it starts shortly after his like sisterly figure who went to the same school as him. She dies from some radicalists that are really against Supernaturalists, and he has a hard time with that, and he ends up getting these new roommates, and he bonds with them, and he ends up making lots of friends after another school gets burnt down, and they have to merge schools. And he kind of starts out as a little bit of a butt, but he ends up becoming this really happy character because he kind of figures that Linda, who is his sister figure who dies, who I might change her name in the future, he kind of figures that she would not want him to be spreading around negativity, that she always brought so much happiness into his life, and all that she would want was for him to keep doing the same thing. So he kind of ends up becoming almost a Mary Sue. I think kind of a Mary Sue. I use mechanical pencils that are cheap from Walmart. So basically and so he becomes like this ball of sunshine. It's kind of a little bit of a Sue, so I kind of have been trying to figure out how to adapt him, but I not like completely change him because I love him. He's my son. I love how he is. And so he kind of has like some hate buried deep in him, but really loves his friends. Hi, Jackson. I'm doing pretty good today. Sorry, Senpai, you sent me a long thing, and I'm going to look at that after I'm done just giving the spiel. Basically, that's kind of the gist of the story, is it's just, like, about his life. And I'm not really sure, it kind of ends, well, I have places where I want the story to go, but I'm not sure how I want it to end. Because my current ending has, like, lots of, like, supernatural and, like, magical connotation. And despite the fact that they're all people with multicolored hair, I don't want to make it too fantastical of a story. But it's kind of just a story about people. But again, it's another story that has mostly male main characters. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that's just how they came. Does that make sense? That's just how the characters came to me. That's just who they are to me. I don't know. Oh, I actually am on the other side of my cough right now. It was really bad earlier this week. Now it's most of my, like, like gross like congestion is gone. I you know when you like a feather in your throat. Oh, that's cool. Creatures based on flowers? That's actually so cool. That's super neat. That's really interesting, senpai. But basically for now I have lots of different story ideas because that's just how my brain works. But right now I've put most of them on hold so I can focus on Way to Go, Paul. And part of the reason I put Supernaturalist on hold, which is kind of something I do constantly with the story, is I'm putting it on hold to let it marinate so that when I revisit it, I'm willing to change it. I've changed the story so many times, and I think every time it's come out for the better. And so I think I'm going to let it marinate a bit and then revisit it later. Bye, Jake Phantom Trash. I don't know if you're going to bed, but if you are, I hope you sleep well. But yes, that's Briar. He's the main character. And I love him. He's really my son. Like, of all my OCs, I love him probably the most, but shh, don't tell them. Oh, Jake, go to bed. Sleep is not for the weak. Sleep is for the cool. And just so that you guys know, the end of this stream will be when I have to go and pick up my sister from work. That will be when I end up ending this. So who knows when this will end. Hey, we're like doodling together, Dreamer. That's like kind of neat. You know, like, I really think people don't talk about how cool the internet is. I am interacting with people who are possibly thousands, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of miles away. It's so amazing. It's just, and if it wasn't for the internet, I would have never been able to interact with you. I would have never been able to know you. Ugh, the internet's cool, man. How do I develop a whole story? So, a current problem I have right now is I accidentally, killed my, story map I have for my story. Oh, relatable, truly mighty potato. But basically what I do, it's not a Dorito, it's a Hagstone, by the way. And it's one of the, main elements from Way to Go, Paul. But basically what I do is first I come up with the generalized idea for the story. First I come up with the general idea for the story, and then I start building on it. Sometimes I take it from pieces of media that I've been watching or reading. I'll hear a song, so I'll take it from a song. Okay, I gotta go right now. Maybe I will no, I can't. I shouldn't. Anyway, maybe I've been listening to a song, so I'll take it from a song. Maybe whatever I'm doing, I kind of take bits and pieces from the media around me. And, then I slowly kind of get up a general idea for the story. Then what I've been doing with Way to Go, Paul, so far, and I've done it with a few different stories, is I draw literal story arcs. So I make a timeline, and on it I will make little, lines at actual parts. For instance, sorry, I gotta put this down while I put on my shoes. For instance, for Way to Go, Paul, things that are actual time things are the school year starts, the time until the equinox, the time until, Christmas or whatever, that kind of stuff. And then I try to I do a timeline. I'm streaming on my phone right now. So I do a timeline. We're going to try to stream while I drive. We're just going for it. You guys are going to get to see, the ceiling of my car. But we're just going to go for it, okay? So basically I try to show... Oh, no. I'm streaming on YouTube. YouTube has a streaming thing, so I'm just using that. But so I do that. Yes, I'm your mom there now. You guys aren't garbage children. I'll be so safe. You guys, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Hopefully this continues to... Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyway. You'll go right there. And, oh yeah, so then I kind of draw, I pick a color for each character for the most part. No radio. I pick a color for each character, and then I pick a color for general plot things. So, and then I go through character by character, and I draw arcs for how long I want different arcs for them to last. Through, and I tried to figure out how many chapters I want to do for each thing. I added that up so I knew how many chapters I was going to end up doing total. Let's see, what did I do then? And then I went through and I did bulleted list of the general gist of each chapter. So like if we were going to say that Eldon has 3 chapters of introduction. The first one I said, and this is a very abbreviated version, each bullet pointed list was about a full page to a page to half a page. Half a page to a full page-ish. And then, so like the first one would be like, he meets them and blah 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 happens. Then the second chapter is the reveal and blah 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 happens. And then the third chapter would be like, this is when we hint at this, and this is when he pays rent or whatever. And so that's kind of the gist of it, I guess. Sorry, I haven't been able to see what any of you guys are saying to me because I'm driving and I'm a safe driver. Hey Katie, I'm streaming. How are you?
You streaming right now?
Right now.
Okay, because I just sent into the stream that I need to be picked up.
Oh.
Because I checked and saw that you were streaming and I was like, great.
Well, I can't check it. I'm on like 20% battery. By the way, guys, if the stream suddenly cuts out because my battery dies, it's because my battery died.
Have you been using my charger? Well, you have a charger now,
I have a charger at home. But, it's because my battery died, and I'll be back with you guys, like, in a few minutes, okay? So just chill. But we're on our way home now. See? Bam. That's how fast it takes me to get to work. How slow, but it's how easy it is to get to work.
It's really not a big distance. So, what have you been streaming? Drawn anything good?
Oh, yeah, I was just doodling. Nothing big. I drew Eldon, then I drew a picture of Leander, then I drew a picture of Darkplayer, then I drew a picture of Briar. Because somebody brought up Supernaturalist, and I was like, oh, my children! My baby boy!
Wait, have you read the new chapter?
Yes.
I'm not done yet, but is PJ trying to get to Freddy's?
I don't know. He might be. Oh, is he chipping away at their territory?
I think he's trying to get to Freddy's.
Oh, that would be so good! It's such a good chapter.
It's gonna become like this, on the edge of like both territories and like this war zone, isn't it?
Oh, I knew it. So if you guys don't know this is my fantasy ending, or whatever, to Against All Odds, is it ends kind of West Side Story-esque. So both mobs and actually the cops end up having a fight in Freddy's, like actual literal like gunfight in Freddy's, and it ends in the death of Mark. However, I don't think that they will kill Mark if they end up killing his brother. If his brother dies, I don't think Mark's gonna die. But if his brother continues to live, whose name is escaping me right now?
Tom.
If Tom lives, then I feel like Mark is not done for, but I feel like there's a decent chance he might die. There's also a pretty strong chance that he won't, because I don't know. But that's our current work in progress thing. How do I have better Wi-Fi, better connection out here while I'm in the car? I also lost like everyone who was on the stream, but I miss you guys.
What?
Oh, I had like 10 people on the stream earlier.
Len's still on there.
Thank you, Lon. I love you. I've seen people that are saying stuff, but I wasn't going to actually look at it because I'm driving.
And Senpai A and Paradoxical Fox.
Paradoxical Fox is on.
Yes.
Paradoxical Fox. We're now going to my charger, where it's safe.
Do you have food?
You get half a hamburger.
Yeah!
I'm back. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to read through stuff. Oh, is it lagging? Sorry. Oh yeah, I did hit 1K, which I'm pretty like, I don't know, overwhelmed, happy, I don't know. Alright, well, Truly Mighty Potato left, but I love them. Because they're working and being productive, which is a good thing to do. I like Jacksepticeye. Some people don't like him because of his voice, which is, like, totally legitimately, like, chill. That's cool and all, but, I like Jack. I don't watch YouTubers religiously, though. Honestly, I only watch a few. That's cool. I hope you end up... It's hard to develop side characters, so I hope you figure out how to get around to that, Senpai. That's, like... I think your OCs are cool, and I hope you end up having fun playing around with characters. Yeah. We talk about Against All Odds a lot. I love Against All Odds. Yes, Charger is the safest place. It's true. Oh, hey, welcome back, Dreamer. Sorry, I went on a magical journey. Well, that's weird. I'm glad that you're out of the closet, M. Jackson. That's very sweet of you, Senpai. I'm honored. Oh, was the stream off? I didn't even know. Against All Odds is a fan fiction based around YouTubers that is basically about like it's a 1920s mafia AU. So it's during when the United States had banned the production of alcohol. And so it's just really cool. Oh, wait, I completely forgot, Katie. I completely forgot.
A lot of popcorn.
That's so cute. Who is it?
Turn on the porch light.
We're sketchbook twins, Dreamer.
Can you help me get this all inside?
I'll be right back. Katie just got...
I'll just do a few strips.
Okay.
You keep talking to him.
Katie, all three of my treasured... All three of you, I love very much. I hope all three of you know that.
You should also plug in.
5. But, Katie just got asked to homecoming today, but she was at work, so she couldn't see it. Yeah, so basically it's a 1920s AU for YouTubers, and it's really, really amazing. If you watch any of my animatics that are labeled Against All Odds or AAO, I usually try to put a link in there for it, so you should check it out. I draw in all sorts of things. I draw on line notebooks. I've drawn on like just plain old printer paper. I draw on actual sketchbooks, but I didn't start drawing in actual sketchbooks until probably 7th grade, maybe 8th. I do have a Tumblr. My Tumblr is, so we have my regular Tumblr, the-east-hunter, and then we have my art Tumblr, which is the-east-art. If you're interested in some of my AUs and stuff, it's easier for me to talk to you about them on there. I have tags for some of the art I've done for some stuff, that kind of stuff. You know what? Keep yourself hydrated. That's more important. I don't really draw on myself a lot. I've never been that person. We have so much butter now. Not actual butter. We have so much popcorn now. This is amazing. You getting asked to homecoming is the best thing that's ever happened to us. Is it Jackson?
He's still on Jackson.
Is his name spelled with an X?
Yeah.
I always thought it was CK.
Yep, there's a J. I don't know what his last name is.
Jackson Hergenbluch. Hergenbluch.
There's an R.
I don't know who Liza Koshy is.
Who?
I don't know. They're saying I love Liza Koshy.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Let's see. We can make this work, Jack.
There's my kitty, Charcoal. Hey, Charcoal. Psh.
1.
Do you want to come up here? You want to come up here, baby? Hey there, baby. Hey there, baby. Hey there, baby. Baby. This is what you're really here for. Admit it.
He's mine.
Yeah, he is. He is technically Katie's. I'm his beloved aunt, though. Also, I should warn you, not that it's a problem or anything, but now that Katie's here, the quality might go down.
Sorry.
Fun fact, in 8th and 9th grade actually, my science teacher had a pet snake. So we gotta have a pet snake basically. It was really cool, and it's so cool. If you've never held a snake, when you're holding a snake, you can feel all of their muscles moving around. This is him. Actually, that's false. The only reason I get any views is because of my one brownie video. It's like a quartet of videos. The other ones no one cares about. All that anyone cares about is the first one where it's molten brownies. Mushroom and Swiss.
I know.
Why are you looking up? Are you disappointed in me?
No.
Are you
Looking up at you.
Are you sad I didn't save half the salad?
People turn towards sound.
Are you mad that I didn't do the dishes, even though I should have?
Maybe.
Anyway, at one point I was drawing, so I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that. Also, things that I discovered today. Yume Nikki is a boring game. I don't like games without plots. Oh dear, our battery's going down fast. Yes, it is. We might, if I ever get interrupted without saying goodbye, my battery probably died. During a stream, my battery probably died.
And then you should come over to Katie's art stream. That I don't
Oh,
have.
you're very sweet, Dreamer. And then Katie can take up all the Wi-Fi like she does every night with an art stream.
You're welcome.
Are you just going to leave your butter popcorn laying around?
I'm asking what his last name is.
Oh. I'm like, are you just like, yes, I'm laying on a bed of buttered popcorn. Yeah.
Something. Let's see. Hardman.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely him.
There is an interesting thing about making characters and making a story and making everything, basically. Do you know what I mean? You make them, and then you make their parents, and then you make their parents' friends, and then you make their friends, and who they interact with. Who do they like? Who don't they like? What are their faults? How do you make somebody who doesn't exist human?
I'm glad you consider me enough of a friend to... Yeah.
Because I agree. I love Jackson. He's a sweetheart.
Like I said, I can be a bit tough on him sometimes.
Right now I'm loosely drawing, because we were talking about Supernaturalists earlier, I'm drawing Ian, who's Brownie Fox's character that I got her to give me for the story.
Ian?
Yeah?
I love Ian. Ian is the best.
It's been so long, though. And trust me, it's pretty hard to draw when you're balancing this on it and trying to make sure it's also focused on the picture. So, my drawing is never my best during a stream, but it's something.
But he's in the marching band, so that's a good thing.
I don't remember ever drawing his eyebrows that big, but you know what? That's how they are now. And he has a very big nostril in this picture. Good for him.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he used to have, like...
How do you make a flower woman a human?
How do you make a what?
Truly Mighty Potato, I don't know how to break this to you, but this is my art stream.
Oh, cool.
After upgrading...
Becky Weber
What?
is streaming, and there are 7 people watching.
You could put it on the Chromecast.
Gotta go fast!
Oh, you should try doing an art stream. I thought that you said I should. I don't know. My brain was working in backwards for some reason. No, you totally should. I think it would be fun, Truly Mighty. Or maybe I'll just call you Potato. Potato.
I just call her Potato.
Tomato,
She has a
tomato.
name, but I can never remember it, because I'm a bad friend.
My life. Okay.
Right on the TV. You're stealing all the Wi-Fi, so I think it's having problems.
I actually had a
But
character
I
that was
still
based
like
off of a flower once.
it.
She was
Right?
part of.
Doesn't count.
She was part of Alice. That old story from 7th grade. Oh, that's so cool, is to take character ideas from nature. I adore that. Depends, really how you end up deciding to draw them depends on what kind of, how realistic you want to go. Do they have hair or don't they, basically?
I'm smaller than you.
One of my
I'm
managers-
99% sure I'm smaller than you, Potato.
One of my, we call one of my managers at work Tater Tot because his name's Tate. If you are referring to run to you, like,
if you're referring to run to you, like,
take that off the TV, Katie.
You said to put it up.
Jokingly. Where was I going? See, all those ums, like the one you just heard, it's because I keep getting my focus taken away from what I'm doing. Again with an I'm sorry, I've had a hard time talking recently. By Run to You, if you mean the one by Pentatonix, then yes, and I cried if you've seen the Homestuck one.
You're Homestuck trash.
I'm really glad you like my nature pictures, Crystal. Like, that genuinely makes me so happy. That makes
Whoa.
me really happy.
Egg the Bug tagged me in something.
Egg the Bug, I love you. You're not watching this right now, but I love you. What do you do? If you ever do watch this, Egg the Bug, who's Signy on here, I'm pretty sure. I love you.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm 5'1", Truly Mighty Potato, and Katie is 5 foot.
Guess which
I-
one's older?
Believe it or not, I actually do know that, Music Dreamer, because I remember drawing a Pfeffrey for you. I've read, watched, whatever. Most of Homestuck, I ended up stopping at one point and just had Katie fill me in for the rest. I'm glad you like my art, Dina. And welcome to, like, the little streamy thing we're doing where I'm just talking and drawing. Instead of doing homework like a good kid. And my advice, Senpai, don't. Don't watch Homestuck. Don't read Homestuck. Don't do anything with Homestuck.
It's a curse.
Leave Homestuck alone. See, and so it's always been, like, weird to me when people are like, Mark's so short, and I'm like, okay, so by short you mean he's probably, like, 5'6", which is still tall to me.
I'm still watching on my laptop so I can see what people are saying.
And I'm not even saying don't watch it to be, like, cool or anything, just don't. It's good, Homestuck is, like, there are really good parts of it,
Okay.
but to be honest, I think I'd be happier, or about the same happiness if I had never read it.
it's a very interesting story that is told, and I enjoy it. And it's an interesting way that's told, but it's kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it, especially in the area that I live in. You have a lot of people who are like, ew, swear words.
You know what I mean, potato. You
get
feel me? Oh, I'm so sorry, Dina. It's too late for them. Unless it's Dinah. It could be Dinah. However you pronounce it. It's too late for them.
What?
They've already seen it.
No!
Actually, I haven't seen Yuri on Ice yet. Who's Ian?
I don't know what's going on. Ian? That's my character. What about him?
You said Ian, you're 6'4", right?
Did I say Ian?
Yes, you did.
I meant to say it's probably a lowercase L.
Oh,
It's Lud.
okay. I'm like, Katie, that's your character. He can't respond. He doesn't own a phone.
Doesn't he? I mean, maybe not when he was younger, but I bet he does now.
I've meant to watch Yuri on Ice. I always mean to watch things, but I never really get around to it. I know both those songs, actually, Crystal. I do know Willow Tree March, and I do know Who Are You Really? And I love both of them, so you are correct. No. No, Senpai, no. No. We're better than this, Senpai.
What?
We're just gonna get back to doodling. Which I should be doing.
Stuck horns on it.
Did you see today I didn't show you, I don't think, but today at work I drew a troll OC for Tessa.
Oh, I didn't see.
They said they'd have ladder-like horns. 2 of them. So each one is like a different, well, more like a railroad, but it looks like a ladder, let's be honest here. Also, something I don't draw, I feel like, well enough when I draw Briar is actually, like, part of the purpose of, not the purpose of him, but he's supposed to be a little chubster. Like, not, like, overly, like, chubby. He's just supposed to be chubby enough that it's, like, part of what I'd like for him, his personality to be, is that he's not a thin boy. Doesn't have, like, a high metabolism. He's a little chubster boy. And he makes him self-conscious. But he's my little chubster boy. And I love him. Like, that's one thing I'd really like to touch on in Supernaturalist, with the fact that the main 3 characters are males, is about, even though I'm not a man, I'm not a guy. But, you know, everybody has their insecurities.
You don't have any music going on in the background or anything?
No. Because I was watching The Office in the background originally.
Do you want me to turn it
Nah,
back
not
on?
really. Oh, I draw females. Yeah, I actually... I don't actually know where I am right now in reference to whether I prefer drawing females or males, but
Females are hard!
But I love drawing females. I used to be the kind of person that could only draw one gender, but that gender was females. Some people really enjoy, like, again, this is a bit of a stereotyping of figures and stuff, but I feel like when you first start drawing, in some senses, the stereotypes are what you what you focus on to get body types, to make body types, you know? But I always enjoyed the more curves. I felt like it was more pleasing to draw the curves. I have a hard time deciding my OC's sexualities. I'm not really sure of my own, so I don't really have any, and I have a hard time making any of my main characters anything like that, because I feel like that's not my story to tell. I can have side characters. I have less of a problem with having side characters be like that, or even anything except the protagonist, because I don't know if I can tell that story when I've never lived it. Briar, I think, I'm not really sure what Briar is. He's probably either bi or Briar is aromantic. I'm not really sure yet. And my other main character for my other main story, Kyle is, from Way to Go Paul, is mostly, he's undecided. He's based almost entirely on me in the sense that his love philosophies and stuff. Yeah, I have plenty of feminine like boys. I feel like Kyle's relatively feminine. Let's see, what have we got here? I haven't drawn much, have I?
Wait, why does Jack have to be at Freddy's?
Why does Jack have to be at Freddy's?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, we can't handle this just between the two of us. Not when you have to be at Freddy's every night.
I think he's saying basically like you gotta quit your gig.
I would have thought you already quit his gig. Wait, this is Jack. I'm getting Jack and PJ mixed up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
I don't know. People call in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I was mostly just saying when I was little. Not little. I feel like I've grown a lot with my art now, but specifically around end of elementary school going into middle school, I had a hard time trying to figure out how to change from my feminine figure, which is always like a very pretty hourglass one, which isn't, and I keep that figure for I don't know. My style is flawed and I apologize. But, I was having a hard time figuring out, like, the idea of basically somebody not having curves, which is also girls cannot have that many curves and that kind of stuff. But in general, like, I had a hard time keeping my hand or having my hand figure out a pleasing way to draw a more straight down figure. Like, drawing do you know what I mean? Instead of doing this, I had a hard time making that transition. Well, that was shady as heck, Potato.
I'm not reading anything because I'm still reading.
Including, but not like strictly speaking only. And actually, to be honest, a problem I have with people drawing girls a lot is how they draw cleavage. I really am sick of it. I'm just tired of it. It's a turnoff of art for me, is whenever someone draws, like, exaggerated boobs. I hate it a lot. I don't know why. Yeah, basically. This is so hard to draw like this. I'm so sorry, guys.
No!
What?
Jack's gonna kill PJ!
Yes, I don't know how you didn't see this coming.
I don't know. It's friendship. The power of friendship.
Literally, my first animatic I did for Against All Odds was about the fact that they're gonna have to try to kill each other.
Like, I knew it would happen, but I was hoping it never happened.
And to be honest, so, blah, 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 disclaimer, boys can have long hair, blah, 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 boys can have long hair, I'm not saying that they can't, but anyway, one of the reasons I love drawing girls is I love drawing long hair. I think it's so much fun to draw long, flowing hair. Ugh. What, love hearing us react? Katie, that was a spoiler!
Frank, I didn't know other people were reading it.
I think
more people should read it, but I didn't know anybody else was reading
I think Crystal Wolf is considering reading it or something.
You should, it's good. It's brilliant.
I was just sitting here like reading it and I was like, dang, this is This is such a good chapter. Oh, and last chapter was fantastic. Oh, bye, senpai. Have a good time at church tomorrow. Or survive church tomorrow. Depends on how much you love your church.
I still don't know whether I'm going to try and survive church tomorrow.
I'm not.
Good idea. I'll help you clean the house.
We're not going to church because we have to clean the house. You feel? That reminds me, Potato. This is off topic completely, but someday I will be able to, like, Tumblr, search MatPat, and not have to find a bunch of hate posts.
Someday.
That is my goal, is to someday just search MatPat and for it to be someone to be like, I don't know, not hating everything.
When will the good day come?
I love long hair. It's so much cool. It's
Show them the giant bag
it's
of
so much
popcorn I got.
Concorn popcorn. That's
Because somebody asked me to homecoming. You don't understand what?
I don't know what you don't understand, Lun.
Lun. Like hun, but Lun.
Oh, yeah.
Me neither.
And-
like,
And I understand everybody. Nobody's perfect. Anyway, nobody is a completely perfect person. So I get that they can have parts of him, and they have a right to not like someone. But overall, I feel like I don't know. And if you guys follow my Tumblr and actually read some of my posts, you guys know that I'm just so tired of negativity. I'm just so tired of people being negative. Like, I get not liking him, and I get talking about not liking him. You know, when you don't like someone, you kind of want other people to know. But why you gotta...
and like somebody I follow, I don't know who it is, but somebody I follow, every so often vlogs hate about MatPat. And it really bugs me because I don't understand what the issue is. He's successful. He's okay where he is.
Well, and the other
He does well.
And the other thing is, I've tried to change how I think a lot recently. Like, when I used to first get bugged by things like whenever a person gets they're like, oh, hey, we're being sponsored by blah, blah, blah. Here's blah, 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 blah. And I know some people are like, wow, what a advertisement. But when I see that now, I'm just like, you go and support yourself. I'm so happy you have somebody who is sponsoring you. You know? Like, that's neat. Why be mad about it? So they're trying to live their life and have money so that they can do things. I'm so sick of negativity. I've been unfollowing a lot of people on Tumblr recently just because I've realized they just have lots of negative stuff. Like Squiggly Dig. Ended up unfollowing them. I'm tired of their negative stuff. Like
I just follow them on my Parallel World vlog.
Even these artists that I really adore their style, I just get tired of their...
I really like MatPat's content. Sorry.
I agree. I really love MatPat's content. I think it's neat. I love theories. I talk about theories all the time with Katie, whether it's Against All Odds or Legend of Zelda, which I have lots of Legend of Zelda theories and opinions and AUs. Because I love Zelda. I'm sorry. Well, you know, Dina or Dinah, you never said, but you can always chat to me on YouTube. I'm always willing to talk, especially if you're having a hard time. I don't even care if it's like in the comments of some random crap video. I don't care. But I'm always there to talk to. Even if it is like you're just having a hard time, or maybe you're having a bad day and you don't even want to talk about it. Maybe you just want to talk to somebody about something. Which I totally get. I'd love to talk to you. Or maybe you're excited, or maybe I'm totally up for talking to people. And if Reese, and sorry, you're just coming to my mind right now. I'm pretty sure it was Reese's. If you ever need someone to talk to, I hope you know that there are people that love you. I love you all, and I care for you all so much. So I hope you know you have someone. What was that, Katie? Also, in case you're curious, M. Jackson is, like, basically drawing with me right now, which is cool.
Lon, I will freaking fight you if I have to, okay?
I don't know what's happening. I just live here. You should turn on some music on your phone, but like, not like YouTube, like, iTunes.
Like what?
iTunes?
Okay.
Just so that, I don't know, I like music.
Want to listen to those Nate Wants to Battle songs we bought 10 years ago?
So basically, we both bought a bunch of, like, Nate Wants to Battle songs. But they're not, like... And I love Nate Wants to Battle. I think he's a cool dude. I always have for years now. But they're, like, parodies. And I'm like, I can't share these songs with other people. They're dorky parodies that I don't even necessarily like anymore.
I have a fun story about that.
What? Oh, is it the one where they took your phone?
So I was at marching band one day, and I forgot to turn my music off before we went to stretch block. So the drum majors took my phone and plugged it into the speakers and played it over the speakers. And everything was pretty fine at first. The first song that came on was Simple and Clean, which is like, it's simple and clean. And then the next one that came on was, I don't know, Training Hard or something. And I was so mortified. And I wouldn't even grab my phone. I made my friend grab my phone from
You
them.
did?
I made Helaman grab it.
Helaman's a
It
champ.
was my second year. I was still a pretty awkward potato.
Especially you guys can talk to me if you ever want to talk to me about my assorted OCs and stories. They go to some place, or maybe they need to replace someone. They're like, we could use a singer, and then Nate's like, I got this. Here's some smooth jazz for the soul. But then they're like, we don't have a bassist anymore for smooth jazz, so that sucks. Go away. PJ will live on in our hearts and our souls, but he's dead. Not actually. That's not a spoiler, Crystal Wolf. Don't worry. Here, I'm bored, so we're gonna go through my notebook a bit. It's late. I might end soon, but who knows?
Well, I bet you believe that BS run, because it's the truth. Everything's fine. We're just friends.
I hope so. You better not fight in the middle of my stream. It's like, there's Briar, my baby boy. Hey, that's youth. Good times. Good times. Hearts and Ears is so good. I really hope Mark ends up getting to play it. I would love that. It's such a good story, and I really have been, like, thinking. It really has always been in the back of my mind for a long time. Lon! Yes, I know you want to fight Katie right now, but, you live far away from me. A safe distance. Ever since we got that, what's it called?
The real question is, do I need a boat to get to you? That was a low blow, I'm sorry.
That's mean.
Did you not see that video Belle was watching earlier today?
I did see it. Well, I heard what it was. This is some doodles I did, like, inspired by the eclipse. Cute girls.
Yeah, you can fight me in Lun's place, Potato.
Oh, that's true. Potato could be a surrogate. Potato is, like, probably an hour, maybe 2 tops away from us.
I, like, did a tour of her school.
Whenever I pass it, I'm always just kind of wave over there like, hi, you don't know I'm near you, but that's okay. Oh, look, that's Leander. He actually has ended up becoming more of a, as me and Katie have discussed him, he's become kind of more of a, like, I don't know. His character's developed more, which is, I'm really happy with, because he's kind of been part of the main cast, but I haven't really had much character development for him. Sorry, if it starts bouncing a lot, it's either my hand or my leg bouncing, because I bounce my leg a lot. Just lots of doodles. I've been in school, so I've been doodling, but I haven't actually been, like, doodling anything good. One of us could end up there, but right now, to be honest, Potatoes College isn't where I'm looking at, which sounds mean, like, oh, I'm too good for the college that a potato goes to. But, I've seen 2 campuses that I kind of like, and one of them could possibly give me a full ride. So I'll probably end up going to one of those. It's true, though.
We just say meet by the stuffed badger. We could totally run into you if we tried.
Are they the one with the stained glass room?
I think so.
You're the one with the stained glass room, right? Because that thing was the flippin' legitest thing ever.
Was it them or was that the U?
No, that might have been the U.
It might have been the U.
It might have been the U. No, it wasn't.
No, asking in the library. It was in the library.
Yeah, in the library. The U wasn't that cool. Remember, the guy was like, and there's the art place. Let's wave to it while we leave. There's construction.
And it was so high.
Yes, in the library. Oh, it is so pretty. Your stained glass thing is so pretty. I took so many pictures there, and then I deleted them because I need the space. Also, the Adventure Zone is so good. I started listening to the Adventure Zone. It's so good. What?
AP is threatening. Whenever I read his name, it becomes AP when he sings philosophy.
I know.
Anyway, he has threatened to uproot his telephone pole and come fight me.
Them's fighting words. This is an outfit I had on the day I drew that. Character thoughts for Odin. I'm still not happy with his design. I don't know what his design is supposed to be. Someday I'll figure it out. The problem is Odin, out of all of the characters, because to an extent, Way to Go Paul was hugely inspired by Puff's story. And so, their Supernatural AU story. And so, for the most part, I just took the general gist of it and created my own characters. The only character that is the most similar to the one that they have is Odin. So I've had a really hard time trying to figure out how to individualize Odin, not only in my mind, but also as a character design. Dude, I would.
I'm really confused right now.
Why?
I'm missing some context here.
The Adventure Zone is so good.
It is just... Wait, who... Yeah, why is Lund just saying funeral potatoes? Just funeral potatoes.
I think it's like a swear word.
No, tax evasion's a swear word.
I think it's just to get a rise out of potato. And I mean by extension it works on us, but
Holden reblogged it.
Well, Holden would reblog it because it's funeral potatoes and where we live.
I know, but
I'm being purposely ambiguous on where we live because I don't trust the internet. Even though probably most of you know. What is the inside joke? Like I get it. I mean, I understand it, but I feel like funeral potatoes, green jello, fry sauce. Do you know what I mean? Like, it must be something you guys are like, well, you see, in our group chat. And then I'm just like, oh.
I'm so lonely. The
Oh.
only person I talk to is Katie.
Oh, I'm so lonely, and the only person I talk to is Katie. My friends' group chat is quiet.
The last 2 letters of that backstory went uppercase. That never means good things.
Adventure Zone is so good. I stopped listening to it recently. Not that I stopped, but I forgot to listen to it recently. Oh, I haven't posted these on Tumblr. Sorry. But it's Lifeline. If you guys haven't played Lifeline, it's so good. It's so flippin' good. Always wanted to do something for Planetary Go for Lifeline, but again, I'm lazy as crap and have a hard time drawing sometimes. Lots of the time, all the time. That's amazing. I've never actually made funeral potatoes. Is it cannibalism? Is that why they were mortified? That if you served funeral potatoes, it would be cannibalism. So for those of you guys who don't get it, this stone is a element in Way to Go, Paul. That is the only thing that kind of makes the main character even kind of special. Because I'm really, really sick and tired. No. Hold on, let me retract that statement. Hold on, let me retract that statement. Because I really love Turtle Puff's story and how they did everything, etc., etc., etc. But I really want a story. I'll put it that way. I really want a story where the character that's supposed to be the normal Joe is just legitimately the normal Joe. I want a story where instead it's not like, I'm normal, except it turns out I'm not. I just want them to be legitimately normal. So they have a hagstone that they have to use in order to see their ghost friend until their ghost friend possesses them, and then they can see them. Oh, are there cornflakes in funeral potatoes?
I'm pretty sure they go on top.
I've only ever eaten them. I've never made them. Whoa, proselyting? Potato? Unless you're willing to do 2 years of that, don't.
Can't believe you're a missionary.
I really love Animal Crossing, dudes. Animal Crossing is amazing. AP, unless you're willing to do 2 years of proselyting for that, don't.
Okay, so today I was thinking about whenever I see the time, 10:31, I'm always like, oh, it's Halloween time, because, that's like the date
Yes.
of Halloween. And I was like, why do I connect that so much? Oh, it's because in Animal Crossing, when you buy the furniture for the Halloween theme, it's 1,031 bells.
Unless you're evangelizing Evangelion Neon Genesis, then I don't know, maybe whatever your religion is, man, just go for it. Let some people find Jesus. Continue.
But like,
I'm not actually that religious. Sorry.
anyway, and I was like, but, that's weird. Why do I connect it so much with Animal Crossing? And then it hit me. Marching band is during October. So I'm on my 3DS a ton
lot?
going back and forth from things.
Oh, yeah, and that's why I've never been on Animal Crossing when it's October, when it's Halloween. It's because you
always
have it. I really love Animal Crossing, dudes. This is Jark. I like him. I enjoy multiple arms. This is kind of a lazy doodle of a cry for the supernatural AU that Turtle Puff has. That's moi. That is how I doodle myself. Those are more doodles of myself and how I feel during school.
I'm lost. Why do you enjoy having more than one arm?
I'm afraid to ask.
It just kind of makes me think of that one alien character you had who could make like an arm appear from...
Oh, yeah. I love him. Someday I'll write that story too. I've actually thought about him recently. I doodled him in this notebook. That's how recently I've thought about him. I really... Oh, who did that? I don't know.
There's no Diet Coke in this Diet Coke case.
I'm not showing your face because I don't know how much you want people to see your face.
I don't care. No Diet Coke. You showed your face on the internet.
When? For the
when
basil
you were showing
plants?
off your basil and
Yeah.
and in your East picture.
Because they're camera shy.
In your East picture.
Because I don't know how else you wanted me to show it.
So it's not like they don't know my face.
Anyway, I really...
Empty Diet Coke. Empty.
Anyway, I'm supposed to... No, I'm not supposed to. I enjoy drawing human warrior cats design ideas. So here's kind of a revamp on the Half Moon one I have.
I love drawing multiple arms. Sorry, keep going.
And then here's an idea. The left would be like Jay's Wing, who's a little bit buffer and stuff, and the right is Jay Feather, who's a little bit thinner and stuff. And they have different, like, the way they dress is different. I probably will have to end this soon, so I can go to bed. But... Oh, enjoy drawing more than one arm?
So much Diet Coke.
What?
We have like another wall of Diet Coke.
Because the parents went probably, and there was probably another sale. Do you guys want to see how much? So, long before I ever knew who Matt Pat was, My family has always been obsessed with Diet Coke. Always. Oh, this is nothing.
This is nothing compared to like winter.
Did you open the garage? Or did it just not shut?
It didn't shut.
Hey there, Poochie. We usually have like at least like up to like there. My foot's gesturing. Yeah, like there-ish.
This
Say
is
hi to
our
Daisy. This is Daisy. She's old though and started peeing in the house, so she has to sleep outside now and everyone's sad about it. I love her though. She's old and lazy like me. Oh, bye.
Who?
Have fun with Against All Odds. Crystal Wolf is going to read Against All Odds.
Ah, good luck. It's so good, man. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, dude, I like Warriors a lot. I honestly think that, looking back, the writing style is a little lacking, and I think a lot of the character development and stuff I wish they had done more with and taken more opportunities with it, but I enjoy the story largely. I really, really enjoy the dynamic between Leafpool and Squirrelflight. I think they're such cool sisters, and I wish that there was just more for that story. I feel like that general story of Leafpool and Squirrelflight and Crowfeather and the kits and everything, I feel like it wasn't glossed over, but I feel like it was glossed over.
Potato stopped reading around there because she got sick of it or something.
That makes sense. It was a lot to read. I used to read it with my friends back in elementary school, and I had made up my own clan and stuff.
That was like our first fan fiction. Do you think about that? That was technically our first OC-based fan fiction.
I mean, yes, but I largely credit my first fan fiction to the one I wrote in my notebook, to ones I wrote in my notebook about, like, Bleach. Which is weird to think.
Credit the Bleach one.
So is it weird to think, though, that I have a firm belief that fan fiction is a very natural thing, mostly, like, not, like, as in, like, it is something that comes naturally to people, because I used to write fan fiction before I knew what fan fiction was, just so that Katie could read it. Like, she was my only audience. Does that make sense? Not just so you could read it.
Was it the
I'd write Bleach ones a lot.
Bleach ones? Okay. Just making sure there wasn't something that I was forgetting.
But, like, not that I never thought I'd have a big audience, just because. Oh, go, Music Dreamer. It's like 1:30 where you are. Get some good sleep. If the time...
Are you still on here? 1:30 or also...
If the time difference is an indicator of where you live, depending on where you live, I also hope that you are safe. Oh, this is my Grim Reaper OC.
And, okay.
Relatable.
And the other thing is, like, okay, so I was my 10th grade year in school.
That's how I draw Katie. She looks basically just like how I... We're not showing that picture down there. Don't worry about it.
But we read, like, a short story by, I think it was a Stephen King short story, and it was, creepy. And then, like, it was like, and now, write an ending to it. And I was like...
This is fan fiction.
You want us to write fanfiction? I'm hearing this right? You want me to write a fan fiction ending to this?
Yeah, I think fan fiction is like more of a normal thing that people give credit for. I think people do fan fiction naturally in their heads all the time, but just never actually write it out or share it. Which, I mean, you could easily just say is headcanoning, but whatever. More of my boy, my baby boy. Also, notes to myself that I easily forget. I've been thinking a lot about Marion, who's one of the characters in Way to Go Paul, and how to vamp him up. He's a vampire, get it, vamp him up. And I've decided that I think I want him to be partially, partially Asian, I think. Like, Thai, I think, is what I was thinking about, or Vietnamese. But his parents, when he was born, his parents were like first or second generation that was born in the United States, and so they kind of had thrown his culture to the wayside in order to fit in. That's my little jack-o'-lantern OC that I end up drawing all the time around this time of year. Hey, I drew this because Katie drew it, and I think it's for Truly Mighty Potato.
Yeah.
One of your things. I haven't read it.
Royal Expectations. It's Gar.
My contour line drawings. You guys, if you follow some of my stuff, you've seen them. Did you want me to show?
No, I
Did you
have
want me-
bad art.
Do you want me to show? Oh yeah.
That's not even any like the good stuff. That's old.
I have so many Zelda animatics I want to do, but A, I'm too lazy to do them. B, Zelda animatics don't do well on my channel, which isn't a reason not to do them. I do plenty of animatics because I just like to do animatics that I want to do. Regardless, I don't want to make it about the views. Does that make sense?
If you're gonna show anything, you should show Gray Bear. No Mickey Mouse games. That's my Band
Okay. I thought
Gray Bear.
I thought you were calling Jork Gray Bear.
No,
and
the
I
one
was like,
that's titled Gray Bear.
this is some art for the last chapter of AAO, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I never showed it. This is more Human Warrior Cats designs. I loved Half Moon so much. Oh. I'm not sure if I liked how that turned out, but I sure did post it. A soft Darkiplier for all your soft Darkiplier needs.
I was gonna do an animatic, but then I realized nobody has a giant window in their bathroom, so I couldn't keep doing it. That's like 90% of the reason I stopped.
Actually, wherever Mark and Amy stayed in the middle of the desert has a giant mirror or window in the bathroom.
And then I finally put clothes on this.
Oh, heck
It was just like this really long, lanky, colored, nothing picture.
Truly Mighty Potato, I'm not sure what you're saying what to.
We talk a lot.
It's true.
How about my Gem AU where the dads look strangely like famous YouTubers?
My life.
It's not like they were supposed to look strangely like famous YouTubers.
Hey, look, you guys saw me draw this. Oh, did you guys notice? You guys probably noticed. They're in the same position. Because that's an easy position for me to draw by muscle memory.
I don't know. It was just in the freaking video.
For, the sake of the animatic, it would need to have that.
Aesthetic, and I already drew the picture. It was the first picture.
I draw that position enough that it's an easy one for me to go for. So they're both in the same position. That's a little embarrassing. Oh, Hamilton saw. Ouch. Me, Hamilton, anybody who knows me knows that.
Through your channel.
Who has gone through my channel and rooted through. So, strictly speaking, my first 3 animatics were. Technically, my first animatic was a human Half Moon J Feather, based on the Noodlers one, for Satisfied, which is where I first heard, one of the first places I actually heard a Hamilton song. My second one is one I did for Undertale. And my third one, the first one, which is kind of the first one I ever did, with the intention of, really, making an animatic, having that name attached to it, was for Congratulations from Hamilton. Maybe someday I'll redraw it. I don't know if I'm up to it right now. I've thought about redoing some of my old animatics, but I haven't actually done it.
Can I show off my one redeeming art piece, Becky?
Go for it. Bring it over here. Oh, heck yeah. You look at that stuff. That is some good stuff.
I never finished it.
I might have to leave soon, guys, because I'm leaning up against a blanket right now. And I'm kind of falling asleep.
I should probably sleep too.
So that tomorrow we can clean. When do the parents get home?
I don't know. I'm not even sure they get home tomorrow because Labor Day.
Yeah, they might get home on Monday. This cough makes work so hard because I don't want to be coughing around food. I work at a fastish foodish place. I'm glad you're a responsible adult. So I walk away and I have to get one cough in, and then for the most part just hold in my coughs. I'm really nervous. I'm going to try and ask my boss for a raise next time I see him. And we're going to have to see how that goes. I feel like there's sarcasm there, and I'm gonna chase that feeling and assume that was heavy sarcasm. See, us and Lun, we're not technically adults yet. I technically have, me and Katie technically have 22 days before we have to be adults, so
No,
suck it.
we have 20 days.
Is it already the 3rd?
Yes.
Gosh dang it.
It is midnight. It is the 3rd.
I never like how I draw noses. I've never ever drawn.
I like how you draw noses.
I've never had a style of nose where I'm like, yes, that is the style of nose. And you know, same face syndrome. I think I end up developing same nose syndrome.
I draw the same nose on everybody though, and it's not even a good nose. It's like a triangle, half a triangle missing the corner.
It's even later for AP. I know that for a fact. I don't know about Sky. No, wait. No, you both have Fox and Paradoxical Fox. That's it. Sorry, I know. I mean, I guess I could call you Leah or Leia, but then I have to take the chance of whether you're Leah or Leia, and I'm not up for that right now. Too late for that.
Okay, but who watched Ethan's stream yesterday?
Okay, so it's not as late for you. I'm glad, Paradox.
How late?
It is late for you, Lun.
How late do you think it would be for Jude, who it's a 7-hour time difference?
I don't know.
I was streaming and it was 4 for them.
I know voice in the radio is a big time difference because I'll be like, ah yes, noonish,
And
or 10 o'clock.
face.
I'll be like, ah yes, 10 o'clock, and they're like, going to dinner, and I'm like, what the heck? Dinner? I'm good with Paradox. Whatever you want me to call you. And if I ever call anybody by an incorrect pronunciation, just call me out on it. Be like, this is a call-out post for you, Becky.
Are you saying that if the world did explode, no time zones would exist? I would think time zones would get worse as we drift farther and farther away from each other.
Depends how big the explosion is. If we're all dead, does heaven have time zones, Katie? That's what you should ask your seminary teacher. Does heaven have time
I
zones?
can't even challenge my people, my church leaders telling me that romance is so important, and it'll be the most important thing ever.
No,
I couldn't even look at you looking at the
Okay,
camera
you know what almost gave me a flippin' panic attack, but in kind of a cool way, in seminary. So we were talking about how Spirit Paradise and Spirit Prison, right? So Spirit Prison, you continue your trial, basically, right? That you have on Earth.
Wait, as in, frick, they didn't hear me. This is a text. I think Hunter asked Emma out
Oh,
to
cute.
homecoming.
Oh, cute.
Oh, they're so cute together. Oh.
Anyway, back to my serious thought. Spirit Prison is supposed to be a continuation of the trial you have on Earth. And in theory, in Spirit Prison, angels from Spirit Paradise, spirits from Spirit Paradise will come and teach you. Well, how do you continue the trial if you're dead and you, know things? Do you know what I mean? If you know you're dead, obviously, and you're this is Spirit Paradise, then clearly you know what the correct religion was, and you'd switch, but you're supposed to be continuing your trials. So they were like, well, maybe when you die, you don't know you're dead. And then suddenly I was like, what if we're all dead? And this is Spirit Prison. And seminary teachers and stuff are just people from Spirit Paradise that have come over to teach us. And I was like, shooting. And then I was like, you know what? Shake it off, Becky. Shake it off. Shake off the existential crisis. Just keep going on with your day. And then I went to pottery, and I failed to make anything that resembled anything good. So that was good.
I have many existential crises, like, all the time. I think the earliest one I remember was in 6th grade. I was walking to my portable classroom, and from, like, the car, I stopped, and I realized just how small and minuscule I am in the grand scheme of space and how insignificant I am. And then I just kind of tucked that into the back corner of my head and hoped it would go away.
There is nothing I hate more than thinking about existing for eternity. There's nothing I hate more than thinking about existing for eternity. That is like my biggest nightmare. I'm so sorry. You guys aren't here for this like deep philosophical speech. You're here for this bad picture of a male I drew.
A male.
Look at him. He sure is male.
I can't believe you just assumed his gender.
I drew him. He's now my son. I don't understand. Is the portable classroom one of the ones in a trailer?
No, it's just like the ones that are outside.
No, yeah, it's just outside. They're not actually portable. Like, you can't... A portable, which is just what we call them, portables.
Yeah.
You can't actually move them. They're just built outside. They're kind of like these weird annexes.
It's like, our school can't hold any more kids, so we'll make a classroom outside.
What the F?
What kind of high school did you go to? Did you go to a high school in Utah?
You just gave away our location.
We've given away our location before.
When?
Didn't they say no? Oh well. Where else has fry sauce besides like maybe somewhere Colorado?
That is the dumbest thing
Okay,
I've ever
those.
heard.
My high school doesn't have a ton of them. In fact, I don't think we have any.
We don't have any portables. They just
We
squish
had
us.
A few in there were quite a few at my elementary school, a few in my junior high, but like at my old, I feel like there's a ton in Elk Meadows, my old school.
I felt like there was a pretty good amount at Jordan.
Yeah, I guess there was. It was kind of like Waldos on every side, huh?
Those were good days. In case you guys are curious, I'm talking about when I was in elementary school. Those were good days. Hey, look, I'm staying awake not for the sake of myself, but for the sake of people who like me who live in a different time zone. I'm trying to be beneficial towards them. That's insane, potato. I'm drawing good tonight. This is good stuff.
Art. I can tell. We go to like a pretty big high school.
We go to a honkin' huge high school.
Kid-wise, student-wise. Like our graduating class is going to be 800.
Our actual building is really pathetic, but we have about 1,500 to 2,000 kids at our school.
And like I've gone to other high schools and they're all like much bigger and nicer and have actually like big second stories. And ours is like just old. It's old and sucks.
And they're going to be getting a new one eventually, but not at any time soon enough that it will affect my school life, so I'm kind of like, I don't care.
I rewatched Mark play Year Walk, if anybody was curious.
Dude,
Probably
Year Walk is
nobody
crazy.
Really cared, but that's a cool game, man. Because I was looking at stuff on like apps to get, and for some reason Year Walk came up.
Year Walk was good, but I have a hard time with things that don't either explain their story or tell you it. I like really want to know the story. You know what? Dina or Dinah, because you still have not told me. I think we are... No, wait. You're in the same time zone as many people on this stream. Hold on. And so, you know what? I think I'm going to call it because I keep yawning and I've almost fallen asleep. And the quality of my art has come down to this. So, thank you guys all for chilling with me.
It can only go up here from now. It's my chance.
So, thank you guys for chilling with me. If you want, I can do, like, another live stream maybe tomorrow. Or maybe just let me know if you guys like this, and I'll try to fit one in again sometime. I really enjoyed visiting and talking with you guys. It was a good time, but I'm very tired, and I very much love sleep and my bed. So, wherever you guys are, and at whatever time and point you're watching this, I hope you're having a great day, and if you aren't, I hope that you know that days get better, and that I'm here to support you and talk to you. Have a great night, and I hope most of you guys, go to sleep. I had a good time hanging out with all of you guys.
Sleep, Lun. Actually go to sleep. See you in the Marquee Hub.
See you in the Marquee Hub, guys. Bye.